near New Zealand this morning. We can see that a 7.8, 7.4, another 7.4, a 7.9, and it just keeps going. Thankfully, there's no more huge ones like that, but as you can see, the tremors just keep coming and coming. I'll go ahead and pull the map up so you guys can see just how many took place there. I have so many things to go over right now, so I just ask that you please bear with all of the delay in getting things done faster here because I have multiple windows open, and I'm probably going to have to do separate videos with this for the other evidence that needs to get discussed because there is just so many things that I've seen already that are noteworthy of looking at. So as you can see, they just got riddled with seismic activity. I mean, it's just been nonstop. Back out of this quick here. When I first looked at, I pulled up the NOAA map and I saw all these buoys going off, and I'm like, there is no way that all of these could be related to that, and they're not. I've seen some reporting saying that they are, and while I do think that, you know, there are things that can add to it, such as weather, I don't think that those are coming from those earthquakes that took place in the New Zealand region. As you can see, I mean, there is just tons of activity around here. I have to close out some of these windows here as I go, so just kind of bear with me here. And then I'm going to have to figure out how I want to proceed forward here with all of this. We can see that NOAA is saying that there's no warnings, advisories, watches, or threats. And that's huge when you look at everything else that I'm going to talk about here, because there are other agencies that are not reporting the same thing. I'm going to leave all of the links in the show more section below. I haven't had time yet to put all of those in there because it would have just made this video that much longer to get out. But I wanted to just quick show you guys all of these things so you could see it. And here they state the same thing as well. And when you click on the buoys, it'll show you the different wave magnitudes. Now this one was the one that was right over here. That's this one right here. And that's what that was stating there. I do want to quick say, you know, I have heard multiple different people say how they determine the wavelength or the wave height, I should say, for these waves, and I haven't been able to, you know, fully come to a definitive answer on that. So if you know the correct way to determine the height of the wave, I would greatly appreciate it because it's huge with reporting this stuff. Here we see, I'm going to scroll up here in a second, but this is the New Zealand Civil Defense. And 2 hours ago, they had stated that people on the East Coast, including the Chatham Islands, close to the epicenter, can expect waves of 3 to 5 meters. And they're telling people to move to high ground. Hang on one second here. Now, 5 meters is 16 feet. 3 meters is 9 feet. And then the other report that I'll show you here, I just want to do this quick so I can close out of this window. And the other one that I believe it was the BBC that reported, they said 2.5. So there's a range from between 8 to 16 feet from what they're saying. Give me one moment here. I just need to scroll down because there's a evacuation map I want to show here. This map shows the evacuation zone in the town of Blenheim of New Zealand's east coast. People living in the neighborhoods marked in red have been told to flee to higher ground in green. And you can see just all the areas here that you know, are very close to the shoreline. I don't know each and every one of these spots, so if you're from this area, I'm sure you'll be able to identify them more quickly than I am right now. Here we also see that weatherwatch.co.nyz, they're saying that the civil defense is advising people not to go to work in the CBD and also Lower Hutt this morning. They're saying that there's down power lines. They've also stated that the tsunami gauge had just gone offline. We also see that they're reporting of serious damage to homes and injuries to people in North Canterbury, I apologize. Now, in the upper part of Auckland, which is right here, and the area that we were covering is right in here. So Auckland, they're stating that there's still a threat for the marine areas, but there's no evacuation orders. So I just wanted to quick let you guys know that, and that's kind of huge that they're putting out all of these notices like that. I mean, it must have been a pretty powerful event. And I don't know if I have it on hand. I think I just closed out of the link unless this is it. No, this is the BBC one. I apologize for that. And the other link, what was I going to say? Now I'm having a brain fart. God darn it. I'll leave an annotation for that, for what I'm trying to remember at that point. I just can't remember right now, and I do apologize for that. Let's see here. We can see the time zone in New Zealand is 5:42 a.m. right now, so it's still dark. They haven't fully seen the effects of everything that has taken place. I'm going to be watching for live streams and different things that are going on. So I want to encourage you to please subscribe and tune in if you haven't already. This is my backup channel. They had shut down my live streaming ability for a false copyright strike on my other channel. So I'm going to have to upload this there and try to let all those people know who follow me for this simple reason of letting people know of the earthquake activity that's going on and tsunami warnings and whatnot. And let me just scroll up here for one moment and refresh this page, because they also state here that until they issue the tsunami warning, or not tsunami watch, I should say, is over, that they're going to be the ones to do it. Well, actually, they are calling it a warning. Hang on one moment, please. There was another part in here that I wanted to catch. There was so many things to get, folks, and I do apologize for not having all of this lined up perfectly. I woke up to this, and as many of you know, I live in level 7 nerve groin pain, so trying to have to get all this put out while going through all of that pain was not fun, and I'm still in a lot right now, but I'm managing, so praise God for that. Here is where it says it right here. And I do apologize for not for saying watch instead of warning. The tsunami warning will remain in place until a cancellation message is issued by us. The threat is real. Stay off beaches. So they're clearly telling people what to expect. But now when you look at the USGS, they're saying something completely different. And we really need to make sure that our government agencies are on the same accord, because people's lives are at risk here, and we shouldn't take that lightly. And we should be communicating with other agencies and finding out what they're saying so that people can accurately inform the public of what is going on. I'm going to close this video for right now. Like I said, I'm going to be making an update because there's just tons of stuff that I wanted to go over right now that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Um, there was one thing though, and I don't think I have it handy right now, but I'm going to make another video on it, where they were one of the agencies that put out a warning they also put out something quite alarming, in my opinion, because I cover different conspiracies and things that are going on in this channel. They had a picture of a little girl with a shirt with two inverted stars on it. And if you guys know what inverted stars are, that's a symbol for Satanism. And I was just shocked to see that they put that up like that, because it's just not good to be having that stuff out there. So I don't know if that was intentional, or if someone just chose to use that picture. But nonetheless, I want to go over all that evidence when that time comes. We'll pull up any live streams that we may have, and I'll keep you guys as informed as I possibly can. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. I'd highly encourage you guys to follow Dutch Sense, because he puts out a lot of good earthquake information, and I've been following him for a while, and he's been fairly accurate from everything that I've seen. And I just would encourage you guys to take the time to hear what he has to say, and heed his warnings. So with that, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of the morning. God bless.